Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Basil Briggs and today we'll take you on a tour of one of the many different themed areas of my Disney Down Under park, focusing on Galaxy's Edge, based on Disney's Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland parks. As you can see, it's located on the top left back corner of the park, and it is the largest of all the theme lands in the Disney Down Under park. We'll start lower down towards a minifigure view, and you can see that I've used the UCS Millennium Falcon, the second version. It was really important for me to fit that particular ship into this space because it is minifigure scale, and I wanted as much as possible things in the Disney park and in the Lego City to be minifigure scale, so you have that proportions that are proportionate to how the minifigures would walk around, interact with, and move around the space. So we have the camera moving up to see a more aerial view. You get a grasp of where things are and how big this land actually is. In terms of place, it sits just next to the Disney Castle, which I have buffered with different plants and trees so that you don't have that stark contrast between a desert landscape and a lagoon. And it's also next to the Pirates of the Caribbean land, which I think with the rock face sort of work well with each other. I tried to make this part of the park look something like Galaxy's Edge, with the iconic landing area that the Millennium Falcon is in at Disneyland, and also wanted to add a different twist to it. So there is sort of a mix between Tatooine and a Tatooine sort of landscape, together with the foliage, trees, and certain things that you recognize from Galaxy's Edge. So it's a bit of a mix. I use hoses and limb pieces for the trees, and they are intentionally meant to look like they are windswept and leaning forward. At the moment, it's not exactly complete to the way that I've envisioned the whole place to look like or be, but I've added minifigs and I've added little areas, character moments, just to see how they fit in, just to make sure that everything doesn't look overcrowded and sort of have their distinctive look and things that you can pick out if you look at it, not something that's going to be in a mess. The bulk of the Tatooine buildings are based on two UCS cantina sets, one which I have split that you can see from here, and another one just by the entrance. One of the reasons why I did that is so that you can actually appreciate the interior, and a chance for me to add different minifigures doing different things where you can actually appreciate and see, as opposed to it being covered up. The higher facade pieces at the back behind the Millennium Falcon and where Jabba's palace is also covers where the tracks for the Disney train go around the park. You can see that here now. And the newest addition to this Galaxy's Edge is the addition of the platform on top of where the Millennium Falcon is, where I've added 7 of the new Mandalorian battle packs, the Dark Trooper attack. Some of you may have seen on my Instagram that I bought quite a bit of sets to try and make a long hallway. And here I've done a double hallway with many of the Dark Troopers trying to attack and escaping Ahsoka Tano and Luke Skywalker. And that leads on to Boba Fett and the Mandalorian trying to escape on the Slave One. And the other reason why I've put the Slave One here is because it is another minifigure scale ship. It gives it an accurate representation of the sizes of ships and minifigures and spaces in relation to each other. So here's an aerial view just quickly flying over what is the side of the Galaxy's Edge as we move towards the front. I haven't quite completed the look of the front yet, even though that was the most important part. Here's the entrance. I've got a planet of Tatooine in front of the entrance of Galaxy's Edge, like how I have a different planet towards the back entrance. And this is how it looks like from the front, with Jabba's palace or Boba Fett's palace at the back, and a bit of rock outcrop here and there. So I've got people, minifigures that are in costume, and also guests that are just wandering around the area. Hoping for more Galaxy's Edge sets or more Tatooine based Star Wars sets to see if I can add more Star Wars buildings to it. Some of the future plans for this area is that I'm going to add a Rancor under Boba Fett's palace and add a lot more details that will flesh out the area and maybe remove things that may make it look a bit messy. And over to the back of the future Fantasyland area, I have made a path behind the Disney castle that leads to a secondary entrance or exit to Galaxy's Edge. Thank you once again for joining me on this tour. Let me know in the comments below if you've enjoyed this tour, if there's anything else you'd like to see in Galaxy's Edge, or which land you'd like me to focus on for the next video. Thank you once again, and have a great day ahead. Thank you, bye.